Welcome everybody to the Rule of All Excellence Season 2. Let's go.
The root of all excellence.
Welcome back to the Root of All Excellence.
Welcome.
Or thanks for joining us if it's your first time. Hello.
Yeah.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah.
How you feel? How do you feel?
We made it.
Yeah.
Made it through a whole season.
I guess so.
Yeah.
We'll see how this season goes.
I don't know. I feel like we took a little break.
Yeah.
In between the seasons. Took a little deep breath.
Right.
So a lot's happened, I feel like. I feel like it's been a while.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe like gotten so used to it that it just feels weird to just take a weekend.
Yeah, because it's like now it's like a part of our week.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So it feels like we haven't done it in a while, but.
Right.
Yeah. It's good to be back.
Great to be back. I feel like I got to get back in the groove of things.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, so there's a lot that happened. So Halloween happened.
Halloween.
Mm-hmm. I didn't end up making the costume. We bought a costume.
Right.
So he was Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Trick-or-treating. And then what else?
I know you guys went to like the thing and out there.
Oh, yeah. So a park thing, which that was okay.
How was trick-or-treating?
I think it was good kid activity. Trick-or-treating was fun. It made me like want to hand out candy.
Okay.
I feel like I now understand. I don't know if it's like a transition, but I don't think I've ever, like, people had like their bonfires out, Jello shots for the adults.
It's like really different.
Yeah, like it's almost like kicking it in the backyard.
It's definitely a thing out here.
Yeah, so
it's
it looks
not really knocking on people's door like we used to do. Be like, trick or treat.
Yeah, well, some people was like that. So some doors we had to actually go up to the door, but sometimes people just outside with their
already kicking it,
lawn chairs, little fires going, candy ready to go.
Yeah, and I'm trying to like morph into that.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, because I feel like Halloween fun in my head was trick-or-treating.
Okay.
Like,
obviously.
Any age, I'm trick-or-treating.
No. No. But obviously that's over.
Right. It is over. But now, I don't know, like, do I do this instead and then not take him to trick-or-treating?
I think it's definitely one of those things where we'll have to take him trick-or-treating. But
or maybe like he does like the park fun, get some candy that way, and then
hand out candy with us.
Hand out candy in the driveway.
Yeah, it's different events going on out here, so it could definitely get, fun. We have different options.
Right. I don't know. It's just something to think about, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good time. Something to do.
Also, your mom came to visit?
Oh, yeah. My mom came to visit. She stayed out here for a little bit.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go see the Wheel of Fortune live show.
But it got canceled.
Yeah, canceled. And I was really sad about that, actually.
Yeah.
I love Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that got canceled. So, we ended up making tamales.
Right.
Tamale making party instead.
And by the way, they like pretty good.
Yeah.
I was like knocking them down.
Yeah. Just gotta freeze them now at this point.
Okay.
It's time for the freeze. What else? Baby shower. So friends of the show, Iris and Rashad, have a new addition on the way.
Right.
So we celebrated that too during this little time in between, which was a good time.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very like professional baby shower.
Professional.
Yeah, I was like, oh man. They had like little finger food and everything. What's going on?
Yeah, fancy plates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was dope.
Try to put stuff together that feels put together. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you have the events like at in the backyard or at somebody's house. But if you're actually taking the time, putting in the effort to find a venue,
Right.
you want it to be set up nicely. Well, I'd want it to be set up nicely.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's good times.
Yeah, definitely. It was great to support that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, very happy for them. It seems like they're very happy about the new addition. So shout out to them.
Yeah. As it gets closer, I feel like it kind of builds the anticipation
Yeah.
as he's on his way.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All right. Other than that, like, how was your week?
this week
Yeah.
went by really fast. I feel like I looked up and it was Wednesday.
Yeah, kind of, right?
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, it's already Wednesday. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
moving on.
Did we do a lot this week?
I don't feel like we did.
I know, because usually, like, you know, the week goes fast and you look up and it's like, oh, because we was doing a lot. We was running around. But it was like, we was chilling low key.
Yeah. I went into work. I actually went into work a couple days.
Okay.
Like probably 3 out of the 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah.
that might be it.
Looking forward to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cooking.
Seeing what everybody has to offer. So yeah. Yeah.
The experiments.
Oh man, I mean, I'm not too sure about how everything gonna go, but
We'll find out.
we'll find out, and I'm excited about it. You know, Thanksgiving is one of those kind of holidays where it brings back like memory. It makes me miss home. You know.
Yeah, Thanksgiving isn't really a holiday. Like my favorite is Christmas.
Okay.
So Thanksgiving's just like, well, we could eat.
Okay. So, do you want to get into some topics?
Yeah, I feel like a lot has happened.
Oh my God.
Like, where do we even begin?
I don't know, man. I know that we kind of, the last, you know, episode that we did, ending season 1 was the whole Kanye thing.
Right.
I don't even want to mention his name no more.
We can't talk about Kanye.
Oh man, I'm through. So, one of the things that we didn't have a chance to talk about that kind of happened over, you know, the span of our break. Number 11, Brooklyn Nets.
Kyrie
Irving.
Kyrie.
Ah man. Have you been following like what's been going on with Kyrie?
A little bit. I feel like it developed into something bigger than I really thought it was going to.
Right.
Like, and maybe it's off the tail of what was going on with Kanye, that they kind of just are on some hyper vigilant.
Yeah, like I mean,
but yeah, I did follow a little bit with it.
right. It's like kind of hard not to.
Yeah, because I mean, you want to know what's going on, and then also if you look up something one time on your phone, it's always gonna pop up with the update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how did you feel about everything that's going on? Some of the things that Kyrie said over this course of time, some of the things that was said about Kyrie over the course of time.
So, okay, so from my understanding, what happened was Kyrie posted a picture of,
Wasn't a picture. I don't think it was a picture,
like the
right?
cover.
I think it was like the URL.
Was it the link to it?
It's the link. There you go.
Okay. So posted the link to it, and I guess that's when the picture comes up because the link is connected to that.
Right.
So posted that and finds it interesting to learn more information. right? Essentially.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
That's what I got from the post.
I don't think he said anything along with the post.
It was just a link.
It was just the link.
So if you post the link, I can see why people would think that that is promotion.
Right.
So go look at this, essentially, right?
Right.
But I don't think that he said or did anything that was anti-Semitic
Right.
himself.
Right.
Now, whether you watched a movie that was anti-Semitic or something like, I mean, we all have seen anti-Semitic movies, right? You see like the Anne Frank kind of movies or like the
Right.
Holocaust movies.
Right. It's not too many, but the ones that they have made.
Right. You've seen them.
Right.
Well, I've seen a couple of them.
Okay.
So I don't think if you feel like it's a good movie that it's anti-Semitic. Right?
Yeah.
Like if you have a movie about the Holocaust and you think it's a good movie, that doesn't make you anti-Semitic.
Yeah, this was different because it was a documentary.
But I tried to watch the documentary just so I could have more context.
Oh my God. It just wasn't happening though, was it?
It wasn't.
So
It wasn't.
just to give like a backstory to the documentary and how like our experience went, I was like, yo, I'm gonna get the documentary. We gonna watch it. We gonna hop on the podcast and so we could really give like an in-depth kind of our experience when, talking about Kyrie and relating it to the documentary. Let me tell you, I don't know what the hell the documentary is about.
At all.
Like, they lost me in the first, 5 minutes.
I mean, I tried and I felt like, I don't know, how far did we get? Maybe an hour?
Maybe an hour.
And it's like a 3-hour documentary.
Right. And I don't want to feel like, hey, yo, this documentary is trash, because it was 3 hours, we just didn't give it a chance to kick. You know what I'm saying? Kick in. It maybe got it made more sense later, I guess. But
right.
I felt like part of the documentary was from religious standpoint, almost as if like the person who actually created the documentary is like a Hebrew Israelite, and he's kind of like going through or down the rabbit hole of his history of being this religion. Right. So, but other than that, like, I don't know what they was talking about.
It was a lot of words.
Oh my God. Words that I didn't even like.
I feel like he was just reading an essay.
Maybe, right, with pictures.
That's what it felt like.
But I don't want to say it was trash, but it was kind of trash, man. Like, it
didn't keep my interest.
Right. It was very hard to like keep paying attention to this trash documentary. And I was like, the first thing I was thinking is, how Kyrie Irving he had to be zoned in. Zoned in, because a lot of this stuff, like, if you don't have previous knowledge of certain things, you come in and not already you lost.
And maybe that's how he found it. Like, he was working on the other stuff, and then he kind of just came up also.
Okay.
In the journey.
Maybe.
So that might make more sense.
Yeah, so I mean,
because the 30 minutes of advertising in the beginning.
Right. It didn't really make sense. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, is this it? No, it's an advertising.
Right.
Oh, this must be it. No. Like, it was just terrible. Like,
too many previews.
Right. And in the way that it was kind of like edited, I felt like, because, like in regular movies, they have trailers also. But you kind of know that it's a trailer.
Right. It's promo
Right.
ads in the beginning.
Right.
But like you can go on and fast forward through that.
Right.
Go on and skip the ad. Go on and skip the trailer.
Right.
And let's just get to the main movie.
The feature presentation.
Right. This it was kind of like, I don't know.
I ain't know which one. I ain't know when the documentary was gonna start.
Right.
Is this it?
Do I fast forward? Do I not?
Right. Am I gonna miss something if I? You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, it was just it was hard.
Yeah, it was rough.
And I feel like Amazon owed me $12. That's what I feel like. You know what I mean? That was trash. So if you out there, dude, whoever created this documentary, man, I want my $12 because it was not worth it at all. Also, get with some other people, man. I mean, I think that, you have potential of making a good documentary, but I think you did this by yourself and that wasn't a good idea.
Right.
So get with some people that know how to do this.
Right.
Because I was all over the place. I said I might as well get up, start cleaning up some. So
I think I was about to fall asleep.
right. So all right. But I mean, as it relates to Kyrie though.
Back to Kyrie. So he put this on his Twitter.
Right.
And then the backlash happened, right?
Right.
So the word is that in the documentary.
Right. Which we didn't probably get to.
We didn't get to that part because I didn't hear anything.
Right.
There were some anti-Semitic views, statements, comments.
Right.
That the documentary portrays.
Right.
And so that was the focus.
Yeah.
But there was no caption in what he said. So at first he's like, well, I didn't do anything wrong.
I didn't do anything illegal.
I'm not
I ain't backing down.
promoting anything. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Right.
I just posted something that I was watching like anybody else that is a human being.
I feel like if he was promoting it, then it would kind of have like a caption of, you should check this out on Amazon for this much. You know what I mean? If he was really promoting it.
If he was really, well, but then you have influencer pages that just have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but also like if you are influencer and you're promoting something, usually say something directly to the product that you're promoting.
Yeah, you would hope so.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, they pay you to promote, so.
Right.
But if it's not a paid promotion, you might just
throw it up there.
Yeah, stuff that I like, stuff that I'm interested in.
Right.
Kind of content building. But I don't know. I just felt like in that moment with that stance, what he did, what was done, I agreed with him.
Yeah, I kind of agree with him too.
He didn't. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, again, I think this goes back to celebrities being role models and influencers and being held to a certain standard based off of their fame. I don't know if they've earned this, but that's neither here nor there. So then from there, so at first, nobody was doing anything, right? So he said, I'm not apologizing. I'm not sorry. I didn't do anything.
Right.
Like, I just put something on my personal page.
And you guys got offended because I posted something?
Right. But there's plenty of stuff that's going on Twitter.
Right. He went like, the word nigga gets said on Twitter all the time.
Right.
And then nobody saying nothing about that. I post something and it offends a complete, like, specific race of people.
Right. So that was an interesting stance, and I agreed with him.
Right. Me too.
Then they gave like a whole list of things that he has to do.
So before that, right? I just want to say that, like, I didn't understand why they was kind of coming at Kyrie like this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like I felt like it was on the back of Kanye.
Yeah, I felt like that too. Like, everybody's hypersensitive right now, so
like, anybody else want to say something, we out here and we sweeping them. Right. So I think that's the reason why I got so much attention. They tried to like break it down. But one of the things that I didn't understand is like, So nobody's gonna be mad at the film being on Amazon Prime.
Right.
It wasn't like he was promoting like some random website where you can find this documentary.
Right.
It was like on Amazon Prime. So I mean, before we even, I would think that before they even address Kyrie and promoting this film, first have Amazon take it down.
Which didn't happen.
Did not happen.
We just rented it.
Right. It was like, so, I mean, that would be the first thing.
Right.
First, let's take it down first because it's so disrespectful. Now let's address the person, quote unquote, air quotation marks, promoting this documentary.
Right.
But the crazy thing was like, nah, they're not going to have them take it down beforehand or even probably at all. I'm guaranteeing we look back up there now, it's up there.
I don't think so.
What? You don't think it's still up there?
No, I don't think they took it down.
Right, okay. So yeah, so I mean right now it's still up there and but yet and still they were so offended about it. Like if you're so offended, then why is people able to rent this?
Right. Still
on a public platform.
And I feel like now, like us, we ain't heard nothing about this before. No thoughts about looking into this. But now that there's so much uproar, you're kind of interested. Like, so what's this documentary about?
Not only that, but I feel like more people are looking at the anti-Semitic kind of thing, right?
Right.
So you have Kanye saying, I can't be anti-Semitic because we're the original Jews.
Right.
You also previously had Nick Cannon kind of say the same thing. Well, not kind of, he said the same thing.
Right. And he went on a tour.
Right. We seen he went on the Holocaust tour.
Right.
Right. So I think because all of this attention surrounding, what people believe about Jews and saying things about Jews and also making the connection that black people is the original Jews. I think it brought a lot of attention to like that subject, right? So now people want to know what is anti-Semitic, who are the original Jews, right? So I think a lot of and I feel like on the sly, that's the reason Kyrie posted this.
To look into it?
Yeah.
I don't even know that he realized that it would have this much of an effect.
I don't think so neither. I think he tried to do it on the sneak, right? Like, because Kanye comes out and he says, yo, I can't be anti-Semitic. We're the original Jews.
Right.
And so it kind of starts that conversation.
Right.
People go, wait a minute. Is black people the original Jews? What is this anti-Semitic thing?
Right. What does this even mean?
What is a Semite?
Right.
Right? What is this? Like, we got to look into this. Let's take a deep dive into this. So while people was kind of curious, he kind of like slid that through that assist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Maybe.
And it was like, you want to throw assist, huh? You want to throw some motherfucking assist, huh? I think I feel like that's how. That's why it became like so big. Also, he I know they kind of wanted him to apologize. And he kind of did issue an apology.
Right.
I believe like on social media.
He did.
So he issued an apology. I felt like that wasn't enough for them.
No, there's a whole list of things that the Nets want him to do.
Right, but before that, he issued an apology, and they kind of interviewed him after that with the mics in his face, and he really didn't. He stood on it.
Right.
And so they suspended him.
I see.
Right.
It was like 5 games?
5 games.
5 games. Suspended.
5 games. So then, after he stood on it, They came off the list.
So after they suspended him, they then said, in order for you to come back, you have to do these things.
Yeah. So, I mean, initially they suspended him. Then they said, you know what? Maybe that's not enough.
I feel like they might have it out for Kyrie.
No, they definitely do.
Because the whole COVID thing.
Right.
How he didn't want to get the vaccination. It made him look really silly.
Tomorrow, hey, no lie.
Yeah.
Nuts dragging.
Huh?
His nuts was dragging. Dragging the nuts. Because think about this. They go, okay, you have to get the vaccine. Everybody has to get the vaccine. He goes, I'm not.
All the mandates.
Right.
At that point.
Right. Especially in New York.
Right.
So everybody had to get the vaccine. Do I believe all NBA players got it? No.
You see all these, who was it that had a fake one?
Antonio Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Antonio Brown, that's some Antonio Brown shit. They have a fake one though. Hey, but low key,
I feel like other players did too.
Aaron Rodgers did too. He like lied about it or something.
Yeah, he lied.
So
he said, yeah.
Yeah, he said he got it and didn't have it.
I got
it.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of NBA players was the same way. Like where they got the plug with the doctor and they just, but and I'm pretty sure they was like, yo, look, man, Kyrie, just pretend like us. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Kyrie was like, nope.
Yeah.
And I want everybody to know that I ain't taking it.
Right. And I'm not going to.
Right.
No intention.
Then after that, they was like, okay, well, you can't play any home games. And he was like, all right, cool.
Right.
And it was like, well, like if you don't play home games, you don't make that money.
Right.
And he was like, I know. Right?
Right.
At that point, what else you could do? You took money away from him.
That's
you took the ability to play from him.
Right.
And he don't care. Right?
Right. I mean,
so
I think we got to get out of taking people like choices away. Because I feel like this is about to be a common thing where you're wanting to take somebody's medical choices away from them. And I don't think that's fair.
Right. I mean, we seen that with the explosion of the pandemic.
Right.
Right. We kind of seen that they was like trying to make people get it.
Right.
By the way, I'm hearing what I'm hearing. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm hearing it. In the state of New York, if you lost your job due to, or you was like laid off or whatever, due to not taking the vaccine, they're going to have to give you like back pay.
Yeah, I feel like it's very unconstitutional.
Definitely.
Like,
you can't, you just can't
fire somebody over a medical situation.
Right. And medical is supposed to be like private.
Right.
So
yeah, it just doesn't.
It don't make sense. So they might be issuing people a couple checks. I don't know how it go. This is something I'm hearing. I don't even know if it's all the way the truth.
Yeah, they should.
But if this is the case.
Yeah, think about all the people that got fired because they didn't take this vaccine.
Right.
And it's not even a thing anymore.
Completely. We've already even did like on one of our podcasts talked about how like they came out and said that it wasn't even tested against the vaccine to stop it.
Right. It does. Yeah.
So
it just, I mean, as more and more research is done,
right,
as it should have been done before it came out,
they're seeing that
seeing that it's not,
all of this stuff that was done is unconstitutional. You can't really.
It's ridiculous.
So they may have to be given back pay. What does this mean for your brother Kyrie? NBA don't have to give that man that money.
Yeah, they should.
Regardless of how they feel about him.
They should.
Definitely.
They should give him the money. But I don't know if he don't do this list of, if they don't do the list, then he may be getting, suspended indefinitely.
Possible.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that's...
So on the list, issue an apology.
Okay.
For posting the link to the movie and condemn it.
Condemn the movie.
Condemn the harmful and false content.
All right. Okay, stop right there. I can understand if you came out and said, yo, this is the movie that I like. I love this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I love everything, and I'm standing by the information within the movie.
Right.
He kind of issued an apology in which he acknowledged that there's some things in the documentary that may not be true and that have affected other people because of that.
Right. I think he definitely did acknowledge that
it may be some false information.
There may be false information.
Right. So.
And he did do as an apology.
He did do an apology.
Right.
But I think when you say condemn the movie, he never said he liked it.
I don't know. I don't know how
he just posted it.
I don't know how you can make somebody condemn something.
Right.
Like, I don't like.
How you gonna say something? You can't. You gotta say that you don't like this movie.
Right.
I never said that I liked it.
But even so, like, I don't like that you're making somebody apologize if they're not sorry.
Right. Oh yeah, that definitely.
And they're grown.
Grown ass man.
You know what I mean?
You gotta condemn the movie.
Right.
Wow.
Or condemn anything.
Yeah. What is this, like, condemn?
This isn't how I really feel.
Right. It's like almost like say sorry.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. But I'm not sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sorry. But you better say sorry.
Right. Better say sorry or I'm going to fire you.
I'm like, all right.
It's silly. Okay. So that was number one.
Right.
So condemn the harmful and false content and make clear that he does not have anti-Jewish beliefs, which I believe he's done the entire time.
Low key.
Right. Next, he is to complete the anti-hate causes that Irving, the Nets, and the Anti-Defamation League agree upon in their joint release on November 2nd, including a $500,000 donation towards causes and organizations that work to eradicate hate and intolerance in communities.
Okay.
So basically, he got to make a donation.
So Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. To anti-hate causes. He is to complete sensitivity training created by the Nets.
Wow.
So he understands how to be sensitive.
You gotta be some more sensitive.
Mm-hmm. Complete anti-Semitic, anti-hate training designed by the Nets.
Okay.
Meet with representatives from the Anti-Defamation League.
You gotta go on the tour.
As well as the Jewish community leaders in Brooklyn. So he has to meet with them. And then after completing 1 to 5, meet with owner Joe.
Joe, what up, Joe?
And lead franchise officials. And demonstrate the lessons learned.
What the fuck is this? A damn, like, what is this?
Yeah. And that the gravity of the harm caused in the situation is understood. And provide assurances that this type of behavior will not be repeated.
All right, time out.
So.
Is that it?
Yeah, so that was. So he has to do 1 through 5 and then meet to confirm that he understands.
So, all right, time out. Number one, they want this nigga to do everything.
Right.
This nigga gotta.
But that they're creating. So they created the sensitivity and the anti-Semitic, anti-hate trainings.
Right, which is a way for them to not do it and say he did it.
Maybe.
I feel like they own some other shit though. Like that's some like walk to Brooklyn, walk to Queens and give me a cheesecake, or I need some Cambodian breast milk shit.
Yeah. I think it's very
like almost treating that man like a little boy.
Definitely.
What you mean I gotta come and tell you what I've learned?
Come and tell me what you learned. And let me make sure that you understand the gravity of the situation.
Yeah. And you should never do this again. You hear this, little boy?
Right. And so Yeah.
That's some straight, like, number one, I don't think Kyrie's doing it, right? I understand if he do, but I don't think he's doing it. Wow, like I didn't like this whole situation makes me feel like, number one, they really do believe they own you.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, really do.
Yeah.
Anytime you got to go through sensitivity training about Jewish people, and then come and sit in front of me and tell me, boy, what did you learn?
Yeah.
What?
What are the lessons learned?
Come on, man. I mean, hey, listen, I hope Kyrie got enough money right now. Because come on, man. I don't know if that was me.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would. Come on.
Yeah. I don't know.
You're not just going to like belittle me like this. Mind you, some of the things that is on the list he's already done.
Yeah, I feel like some of the things on the list aren't really that bad.
No, definitely.
I just think that
it was a how long?
It's very elementary school.
Very.
Like, reprimanded, you have to write, I will not do this 100 times type of thing.
And that's how I felt.
Yeah.
Like, you have to do a book report now.
Right.
And come and tell me about you know what I mean?
Right.
Read this book.
Yeah.
It's very like they trying to son you low key, like you a kid. And ain't no shame in it. That's public.
But they are, right? They are. This is what is being done. This is, I mean, they have to publicly say what they're doing, right? Because I can't just have a player allowed to, you know, have freedom of speech of anything.
Right.
Watch any type of movies.
Right.
Like, we got to make sure that they're watching proper movies.
Right. Because what we say is right is right.
Right. So, yeah. I don't know.
Man, I feel, I didn't know it was that crazy. I mean, I knew it was crazy when I initially heard like the list of things, right?
Yeah.
But I think you saying it to me now, it's like, what? Who these people think they are?
Right. I think it's just the last part where you have to come back and report back what you learned and have that conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, who y'all?
I don't know.
I gotta meet with the owner.
Yeah, I just feel like he's an adult.
Right.
So this feels very elementary.
And mind you, we do live in a country where you can believe whatever you want. I
don't know, these days.
You can believe whatever you want, but we also know that if you say anything about Jewish people,
I mean, if you say anything about
I'm talking about your career is over.
If you say anything about anything these days, everybody's offended.
Yeah, definitely.
Somebody's offended about something.
Yeah. So people are kind of looking to be offended at this point.
Yeah.
But
so you can't really say nothing.
Right.
That's why I like the Washington football team.
Okay. Because it was like trolling a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. And I felt like they were trolling like as soon as I heard it. As soon as I heard it, I said they changed the Redskins to the Washington football team. We're not even going to give it a name. We're just going to call it the football team.
Yeah, the Washington football team.
Football team is our name.
That's it.
I said they trolling. And people was like, nah, I think they like want that to be the name.
I like it.
I liked it too, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
It was.
That they were kind of trolling.
Yeah.
And they took time to troll. It was like that for like 2 years.
Right.
And now they're the Commanders.
Oh, I guess.
So, I mean, it confirms that they were trolling.
Definitely.
But
it's amusing.
I thought it was hilarious. They did just call their team football team. Wow. I was like, wow, they just gonna call it the football team?
You can't say nothing these days.
You can't.
You can't. There's no winning.
None whatsoever. So, man, I hope Kyrie, I hope he figures it out without, causing too much harm to himself.
I hope that he's good after what happened with COVID and realizing that they can do whatever they decide to do at the drop of a dime.
I think that's part of the reason why he like standing on it. Like, because regardless if I apologize or not, y'all still can make an example out of me.
Right. Which they are.
They are.
Which is crazy.
Which is, put it like this, and this is the most craziest thing I've seen this year, because they're actually exposing themselves, right? So, they have, so everything that Kanye was kind of saying is right.
Yeah.
Right? But mind you, they supposed to move in the shadows and have power where people, you don't really see it. But when something like this happens, you kind of have to come out and
the light has been shining.
Expose yourself. And I feel like it happened to Nick Cannon, and it was like, you know, kind of went over a lot of people's head. Like, because Nick Cannon is not Kyrie.
Right.
So now that this has happened, and there was a lot of people that came out and said things about Kyrie. Like, Shaq called him an idiot.
Shaq did?
Yeah. Nah, I get it. Like, I get that, you know, Shaq has made a lot of money being obedient.
Right, he has a lot going on.
A lot going on. Shaq know.
A great portfolio.
Shaq know. You speak up, and you'll be the next Kanye, boy.
Yeah.
So,
chill out.
I get it, right? Also, man, I'm at a point where I feel like, listen, you shouldn't be talking, you should be doing. Right? Now, this has nothing to do with Kyrie, because I feel like he didn't really say anything.
Right.
Right. But nobody should be speaking out against anybody, right? What you should be doing is shutting up, keeping your money, and then doing the things or trying to create the things you feel like would be whatever powers that be rival, right? And you kind of need money to do that.
Right.
So losing the money, I don't want to talk about his name, is not helping.
Right.
You speaking now to say, hey, yo, Jewish people this, Jewish people that does nothing.
Right.
They still have the power. You seen what they try to do right after that with Kyrie.
Right.
So, like, keep your money, but do more doing than talking.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying. Instead of talking about it, just
figure it out.
Move around a little differently.
Yeah. Instead of me actually coming out saying that, you know, and this is happening and that happening. Listen, I ain't gonna say nothing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna invest in areas where I think that needs to be improved. Right? I'm gonna get with people who I feel is like-minded, and we're gonna try to build something.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, speaking out about it doesn't do nothing.
Right.
It's not gonna stop anything. So, I mean, that's that. But I do, you know, kind of wish Kyrie the best, and I hope he figured it out without losing no money. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully. Well, maybe he will do all of this, and then
I hope so.
Just go about his business.
I hope so. And most people will be like, Kyrie shouldn't do it. And these are people who, you can't move in their house.
I mean, either way, you're going to do what you're going to do, right?
Right.
So, if you want to play, this is what you have to do. If you want to stand on what you said and be on principle, that's fine too.
Right. I mean, I think either way is cool.
Yeah.
But I just feel like he being punished for maybe something that he shouldn't be being punished for. Not this hard. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, if you think about the things that
people do in the NBA.
People do behind closed doors.
Come on.
If you think about, like, the accusations and
all kind of stuff,
behind the scenes types of things,
all kind of stuff.
This isn't it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like over a social media post.
Right.
As opposed to being accused of rape.
Right, all kind of stuff. The nigga Kobe he was on trial.
On trial.
Dropping 50 every time he come home.
Still playing.
I'm talking about leave from trial, fly to LA,
right.
drop 50.
Right. So.
And just shout out to Kobe because, I mean, I don't think he was guilty or anything, but.
He wasn't guilty. He was found not guilty, right?
Right, he was found not guilty. And also, like, he shouldn't have even been on trial. But, mind you, he was on trial and dropping 50 at the same time.
Right.
So.
I just feel like there's worse being done.
Definitely,
by
especially behind the scenes, things that may not even hit the media.
Right. But I think a lot of times people aren't even paying attention either. Like, I'm sure people post things on their social media all the time.
All the time. Just while we own kind of this topic, right? Mm-hmm. So apparently, like, Brett Favre, number one, the story got buried.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the story got buried.
Mm-hmm.
$7 million, $5 million, something like that, right?
Was it 5?
5.
Mm-hmm.
So for his like daughter's volleyball team.
Right.
Now, I don't know what level of volleyball she plays.
I want to say college.
College? So
I want to say it was a college.
I mean, I'm pretty okay. So if she's in college, I don't know if they need that much money. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it go. I don't know. But
it's a very nice court.
Did still have money though.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not an uproar about it. Not in the media like that.
Right.
Kind of buried.
No apology tour.
No apology tour.
No sensitivity training.
In the email it said, is it a possibility like that this could come back to like hurt me or something like that?
Right.
So he knew what he was doing was wrong. Also, I think he was linked to some pharmaceutical companies. They got exposed recently because like their medication don't work at all.
Why does that not surprise me? Oh.
So just think about that, right? He in the commercial, you know, being a retired quarterback or something, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And
it doesn't work.
This shit don't work at all. And if it do work, it's like a little bit.
Not as much as they say.
Nowhere near.
And I'm sure it has FDA approval.
Right. That shit might be like sugar water or something.
Right. Little placebo pills.
Yeah. So I just thought that was ironic considering the fact that, you know, we have Kyrie going kind of through this whole thing and something this big.
Yeah. Twitter post.
Yeah. Twitter post versus like an actual person stealing millions of dollars from a Mississippi.
Right.
Like what's just like Mississippi's not a rich state.
Welfare
money.
Right.
So he's stealing welfare money from the poorest people in the country.
Right.
So
that are in a water crisis.
Right.
Millions of dollars.
And it's just gonna bury this and keep it moving.
Hey. Let's not talk about Brett.
Just not talk about him and ruin his legacy. So
yeah, it's just interesting the way people pick what is an issue, what's not an issue.
Right. And this is kind of how, you know, when people say that the media kind of can control how people feel, what they see, what they believe. It's definitely true. Because half of the stuff that we get like thrown at us is only a smoke screen for you not to see what's happening over here. Right. Propaganda. So, yeah. So, another thing, speaking of like, you know, basketball, your boy D Wade, ex-wife, came out and said, like pretty much like she went to court and said, hey, listen, let's not change the name until they of like, you know, of age. Right. There's no reason to.
The name and gender.
Right, name and gender.
Right.
How do you feel about this thing like in overall?
I think waiting until 18 is I mean, just basic life that you kind of have to deal with, right? Wait for your 18. I had to wait for piercings, tattoos.
Right.
You just gotta wait,
Right.
and it is what it is. I don't think that should be an issue. I think even at 18, you probably aren't fully developed
Definitely not.
to make life-changing decisions, right?
Right.
So I wouldn't even recommend being married at 18, but people do it.
Right.
Whatever. It's your choice, your life.
Yeah.
So I feel like at 18, you kind of start making your own decisions, right?
Right. At 18.
Right. You get your rights. You have the right to make your decisions.
Yeah.
So I feel like waiting until 18 is how it should be, honestly.
Right. Right. So you feel like what the ex-wife is saying and what she's trying to do is what she needs to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a parent,
Right. Right.
you
right.
just gotta wait till you can make your decisions.
Right.
You're responsible for what you're doing, and that's that.
Okay.
Until then, you just
I mean, I agree.
suck it up as a minor.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like, hey, listen, let's not. Like, why are you in a rush anyway?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I understand you want to support, but also there should be some kind of boundaries and some understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I can't, at the age I am right now, if I talk to a 25-year-old,
Right.
I'd be like, you don't know shit, do you?
Right. Let alone 18-year-old. You still in high school, probably.
Let alone like a 15-year-old.
Yeah. It's
15-year-old. You'd be like, man, look, man, I don't know what's wrong with these kids.
still a baby.
Right. So, I mean, any adult understands that, you want to be supportive as possible. But let's be careful on letting a 15-year-old decide their future.
Well, I think I understand 15-year-olds deciding their future, right? I think you're going to take steps to go the direction that you want to go.
Definitely.
And that's kind of when you start doing it, right? In high school, you start planning for your future.
Right.
But I feel like changing your name, changing your gender,
things that you can't reverse.
I mean, you can reverse it, but it's just unnecessary at this point, because why? If this is what you're going to call yourself, this is what you're going to call yourself.
That's what I'm saying. But also I feel like changing the name and gender is the first step to,
official transition.
Yeah, like surgery and things like that.
Yeah. And I mean, at 18, I think that's the time when you're able to get surgery. Like, I don't think you should be getting surgery before you're 18.
Right. But they're definitely trying to make it different.
Yeah, a lot of people are pushing for the younger kids to be able to make these decisions and make these changes.
Right. And I felt like, and I said this before, I felt like this is like the poster child for that.
Right.
Right. So
it's kind of hard, I guess, because I understand you want to support, but how supportive is it really? And like, where do you draw the line, right?
And mind you, I feel like this is one of those things where people don't understand okay, so how can I put this? So like, let's say my goal is to, I don't know, is to get $1 million.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
They're like, man, we're going to help you. We're going to jump on board. We're going to help you. Once I get the $1 million, that support is gone. Because we did it.
Right.
Right?
Mission accomplished.
I think a lot of times this happens with transgenders.
What?
Where you get the support because you kind of want the attention. It's a big thing. Right?
Uh-huh.
Then it happens.
Right.
And the support is gone because you did it. Right? We just did. It's kind of the same thing with having a baby.
Yeah.
After it's over, it's like, okay, well, you going, you know what I mean?
Right. Go on and raise your kid.
There you go. You know what I mean? But up until the point, you know what I mean? You got all kind of people showing up at the baby shower, the gender reveal, the hospital, And then once the baby is here, it's like, well, yeah, it's been real.
Mm-hmm. But you need a babysitter? A babysitter.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
I'm gonna have to see.
right. So I mean, I think a lot of times the support could look different on the journey.
Yeah, there's definitely different support on the journey
Right.
than after the journey, because I think there's that anticipation, excitement that kind of builds.
Right.
But I think after the fact, you kind of just expected to live your life.
Right. And there's no more support. We got you to the goal.
Right.
Right. So, and I think that's a lot of times what transgender have like an issue mentally.
Oh, and this is based on like people that you've spoken with or what?
Yeah. I mean, based on the people that I've kind of had an encounter with, I know personally, number one, to be a transgender is like in a box of its own, right? It's kind of in a box of its own.
Right.
Meaning like some gay people don't even
Right.
like, you know what I mean, agree with it.
Right.
So it's kind of like being in a box of your own. So if you get support up into, you know,
Transition.
right, you think that it's going to be like this continuous like community.
Right.
And it's just not there.
Right. I mean, I think at some point you kind of just get used to it.
Right.
So then what is there to talk about?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right. I mean, it's what you wanted. It's done.
Right.
All right.
How do you feel like as
Right.
it's new, but after it's new,
Yeah.
I mean, I've already asked you how you felt about it,
Right.
so I already know how you feel. So, yeah, I think you just kind of lose, I don't know, I would say you lose interest, but you kind of
Right.
just lose like that anticipation, excitement of wondering. Like you're no longer wondering like, what is it going to be like?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But as far as Dwayne Wade goes, you know, one of the things I felt was by her doing this, to me, right? I can't really speak for her, but to me, it says she don't all the way believe that this is truly what it is, right?
And I don't know.
Cause she released a statement saying that she believed that he's doing this for financial gain and
Right.
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 Nah, I don't know if that's true. I mean, Dwayne Wade is
They both got money.
right. So I mean, I don't know if that's true, but
It's possible.
definitely
I mean,
possible.
people do things for their kids, opportunity for them to make money. And maybe it's for the kid to make money. And rather than for Dwayne to make money.
Right. Kind of set them up for the rest of their life.
Right.
But,
Put her in a position to where she's making money.
right. And that's still, but I mean, I think that's still for financial gain. But by her going, like, I don't think this should be done until
18.
Yeah. I think she kind of feels like give him a chance to decide for himself.
Right.
Right. So, instead of supporting something that a 15-year-old, because if I was the person at 18 that I was at 15, I'm not sure that like I would have made some of the decisions that I would have made at 18. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you make different decisions
Definitely.
as you mature. And even at 30, making the decisions of an 18-year-old, it's not
even close.
right.
Right. So,
I mean, as you continue to grow, you continue to mature, your decision making changes. So I guess it just really depends. I mean, I understand the support, and I think it's good that he is supportive. But I think the
Right.
way that support looks these days is not always like best interest, right?
Definitely.
So I think it's in the best, like you think you're doing what's best, but sometimes it's not what's best.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And so we see that a few times.
So, man, I guess we could just like, I know I'm going to keep or stay in tune with what's going on with that because I kind of want to see how, that kind of thing unfolds.
Right. So as of now, he's made a statement that she's not even involved
Right.
in her life to understand like this is what she wants. And so I think that's kind of his stance of he's being supportive and this is what we've talked about is what she wants, not necessarily what he wants.
Right.
So I think that's kind of his stance of where everything is at now. I don't understand like that whole dynamic still about what happened and how he ended up with full custody.
Yeah.
But
I mean, no, but it's definitely weird. And we kind of like dug into it a little bit.
right.
And I didn't really want to talk about it on the pod because it's like, it get kind of crazy.
Well, it's not really clear still.
Yeah.
It doesn't really answer the
questions that we had,
of it. So it kind of just glazes over
Right.
like the timeline kind of
Right.
situation.
And
But other than that, like there's not really much detail of why.
right. I mean, and I have my conspiracy theories,
Of course.
but I just didn't want to really pull my shoulder out here, stretch too far,
Right.
and pull a thigh muscle.
Because we don't know.
Right. So, man, but I am going to say that I don't care what nobody says. Dwayne Wade is being weird. He from Robbins.
Mm-hmm.
I know people from Robbins.
Okay.
I used to live in Robbins.
Okay.
He tweaking all the way. So, I mean, that's one for sure. So, I mean, to me, when she make accusations like that, I do have to compare them with what I'm actually seeing from Dwayne Wade.
Right.
Right. And he's definitely on some trippy, weird shit right now. So,
But I don't think that is trippy or weird because I do feel like even like a child star or child actor, kid that wants to be a child, like if their parents are supporting, it's for financial gain.
no, definitely.
You're not doing all the extra stuff.
But let me ask you that. Let me ask you this one question, and then we can. I don't want to go too deep into it, but
Okay.
what do you usually see that at? Like what industry?
Acting.
And what industry is acting?
I don't know.
Hollywood, right?
Right.
Isn't he married to an actress?
He is.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't. Okay.
Did you continue to talk about this or what?
No, I'm good.
All right.
It's
So,
fine.
another thing kind of happened that I wanted to talk about was a University of Kentucky student. That I don't know much about the story because it was just a clip.
Right.
So I don't really know much about the story, but she was. I mean, when you cut the clip on, she was calling her a nigger bitch.
Right.
And swinging on her, slow as hell, but swinging on her.
Right. And she was drunk.
And she was drunk.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about the clip? What's your take on the clip?
I mean, at this point, it's not really surprising, sad to say. Like, she seems like she went and got drunk and came back to the dorm. So from what I understood from the clip and the follow-up from the girl that was being attacked was that she was working the front desk kind of entry overnight.
Right.
For the dorm.
Yeah.
And so when the drunk girl came in, she asked her if she was okay. Now I don't know if there's like a rule where you can't be drunk, which I highly doubt
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can
in
be
college.
toe up.
I don't see that being a rule, but nonetheless, and then I saw like the video of her like holding her arms that she was trying to hit her.
Right. So do you think like she might have swung on her before?
Of course.
Okay. Before
Yeah.
like the actual
Video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the person that was recording mentioned that she started recording because of the confrontation that was going on already.
Right, okay.
So there was already like she already started
something.
Yeah. You don't just start recording and
Right. And catch the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to get the whole thing, but yeah. I'm not surprised.
Okay. Me personally, I wasn't surprised either. The only thing I was surprised about is like she didn't beat her up.
Yeah. She was
Right?
actually really like
She was really good about it, right? But which I thought was like super dope. So shout out to that young lady.
Definitely held her composure.
Yeah, man. Because like I'm not sure, drunk or not, I'm not sure if I would like to think that I'm a very mature adult.
Not somebody's trying to hit you.
Very mature adult that understands that this person is intoxicated.
Right.
And although they are assaulting or trying to assault me, verbally and physically,
Right.
I would like to think that because Max is so mature, that I would do the same thing as that young lady. I would like to think.
No, you wouldn't.
But I don't know, man.
We do know.
I don't know.
We know.
I would like to think.
Do you really?
I really would like to think.
I'm sure.
I am a mature adult at this age that I am. I have been through several different events. I have learned from.
Have you?
I have learned from them.
Okay.
And I would like to think that I have grown.
Okay.
As a person. I've done some work on myself.
Definitely.
I meditate and cure things through meditation. And so with everything that's, kind of being done, I would like to think that I am mature enough to say, he's calling me this terrible name. I understand that he wants to fight me and he is intoxicated. I am going to hold his arms and say, sir, stop acting like this.
Yeah.
I would love to think I would do that. Man, because overall, that's the goal I'm trying to reach. That type of emotional control. Yes, that's the goal. Now, some people are like, oh, man, just whoop him. No, we're not going to do that, right? Obviously, this person needs help. And so to be able to control myself emotionally in the same manner as this young lady is kind of the goal.
Is it?
It's unbothered.
I think she was definitely bothered.
No, definitely. But even with being bothered, you still did the right thing, which was great.
Right. She did. She did do well.
But one of the things that this kind of showed me is like, it's possible that she might have had an interaction with a young lady before. Right? I'm just saying it's possible, right? Possible that she might have seen her around campus before, maybe had an interaction with her before, and she wasn't like this.
Well, I'm sure because, if you work in the dorm.
Right. But as soon as you get drunk,
right,
all of it start pouring out.
Yeah.
Right? So, that was unfortunate that that young lady had to experience something like this.
Right.
But I think that she handled herself in a very professional manner.
She did. She was at work.
At work. And not to mention, man, the way shit go now, like she would have beat her up and then it would have switched. She would have been in jail.
She would have been arrested.
Right. So shout out to her, man. You know, I think she did a great job. And that's gonna be my New Year's resolution.
Oh yeah, what is it?
It's called emotional control. Managing my emotions to that level, right? When you have a drunk person swinging on you, calling you a nigger, bitch, and you say, listen.
And try to hit you with a shopping cart.
Right. Stop. You cut it out, ma'am. That is going to be my New Year's resolution.
Okay.
Because, hey, if I can get there, the sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
If I can get there, sky's the limit.
That's true. Nothing will bother you.
Nothing. So, just wanted to kind of talk about that because that was like weird to even, I'm like, damn, man, now it's really being exposed because we get the chance to see it every day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't know how weird that is, honestly.
It was kind of weird. I mean, it wasn't shocking
at all,
but it was weird.
Yeah, it was kind of. I think it was just exposed.
Right.
Like, she should be embarrassed.
Definitely. And there definitely should be some stuff done.
Well, I know she was arrested.
For assault.
I know she was kicked out of school.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
she's not a student there anymore.
Wow. So any other place that she becomes a student at, it's kind of going to know about it.
And then she was like some type of student influencer or something for a couple of companies.
Oh, definitely. So, these are the type of people that do something like this.
Right. And so she lost those.
And the endorsements or something, huh?
Yeah. The influencer.
Wow. So,
connections.
I mean, good on her.
I mean, she should be embarrassed. I think this will probably follow her.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah. So if you Google her name.
Right. And it kind of pops up. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Also, I seen a clip. I don't know if it was on Facebook. It might have been on Facebook, but it was maybe Instagram. But it was definitely like a TikTok, right?
Uh-huh.
So a lady named Tracy Douglas.
Okay.
In front of a liquor store gets jumped on by like some white people.
Right. So from what I understand that happened, they pulled into the parking lot next to a truck. She opened the door too wide, hit the truck.
Right.
But there was somebody sitting in the truck.
Right.
And so the lady that was sitting in the truck was described as doing too much about the situation. No, we've all, I don't know. I've hit a couple cars on accident just opening the door.
Right.
These small spaces
like,
sometimes. Yeah, my bad. Nothing happened. No scratch, no dent.
Right.
Never anything like that. I'm not opening the door that hard.
Right.
Like, I feel like you have to open the door pretty hard for there to be damage on the other car.
Right.
But nonetheless, the lady wanted like insurance information kind of situation.
Right.
Then Tracy beats up the girl.
Beat her up because she was trying to do too much. Tracy actually says that the girl actually like swung on her first.
Okay, so the girl swung on her and her doing too much.
Right, like in the process of her doing too much, tried to get down with her. So Tracy had to show her these hands.
Right.
Give her the hands.
Right.
And
then the guy of the boyfriend, right?
The boyfriend, he probably was sitting in the truck too.
I think he was in the liquor store.
Okay, so he's in the liquor store.
Comes out the liquor store, sees that they're on the ground fighting.
Right,
Tracy's whooping,
the girl,
truck girl. And then the guy,
truck girl boyfriend,
truck girl boyfriend beats up Tracy.
Right.
Black guy
I'm talking about look terrible.
blood leaking,
Right.
and police are called.
Police has come to the scene.
Body cam information.
Right.
The officer says that he is blacker than Tracy,
Which is impossible.
because he grew up in Detroit.
Yeah, which is impossible.
And she's from wherever they were at the time.
All right. Probably like a suburb of Michigan.
Somewhere in
maybe.
Michigan.
Right.
So I want to say there's an investigation now.
Yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, how she kind of explained it was like, number one, I think they tried to arrest her for assault.
Tracy. Right.
Tried to arrest Tracy for assault, or she did get arrested for assault.
Right.
But initially, they wasn't gonna do anything about this entire thing.
Right.
And there's more information, because I feel like there is like a recording that Tracy did in her home when the sheriff came to visit her home.
Oh.
And it kind of exposed that he's now trying to clean up what they didn't
do.
Right. What they wasn't planning to do.
Is this when he came to visit? He trying to clean it up?
He was trying to clean it up.
Okay.
And it's just, so overall, I mean, I feel like this lady, she was jumped on by a couple of people, and
it was 3 guys, right?
It was 3 guys.
3 guys ultimately were beating her up.
Right. And nothing was gonna get done. It was really just gonna like pretty much like
to wash.
Yeah, throw this up under the rug and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Tracy had some kind of evidence, and when they found out that she had some kind of evidence, then they had to come back and clean it up, in which she recorded that.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, hopefully, like, she gets some kind of justice, because, man, I'm telling you, like, it's crazy out here when it come to every system being unfair.
Right.
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 Now, the way she looked was crazy. Mind you, the officer asked who hit her, and the dude said, like a champ.
Right.
He was like proud that he hit her.
He was proud of it.
You proud that you hit a lady, fam?
Yeah.
And mind you, these dudes don't be on nothing with men.
Right.
So I mean,
and he said he hit her because she was beating up his girlfriend.
Right. Which is not, you break it up, if anything.
Right. I don't understand how you jump in.
Because this is black lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
And most people say, I'm not racist. But for motherfucking 3 dudes and a girl to jump on one black lady, I think that's pretty racist.
Right.
So, man, I mean, you know, this is one of those stories, honestly, man, I had to talk about, because it kind of bothered me a little bit, you know? To know that this happened, right?
Right.
And they wasn't gonna do nothing about it. There had to be some attention brought to it in order for like the wheels get to rolling.
And I feel like that is happening like more often. I don't know if it's just
we see it more often.
We're seeing it because these are the ones that are getting attention because nothing is happening.
Right.
But then also the ones that don't get attention. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then years down the line, something happens. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it comes to light, like
right.
They didn't do anything.
Man, and it's, I don't know. But I do think a lot of things they try their best to cover up.
Well, why? I just don't understand why. Like,
because you got to imagine, right? So people are like kind of like the Jeffrey Dahmer thing when he like let him go with the body in the car, right?
Right.
It's a connection that allows them to believe that maybe they shouldn't be in trouble.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Meanwhile, the officer saying I'm black. I'm blacker than you.
Right.
But
Because she had mentioned, like, is this because I'm black? And so that's where he came into
right.
I'm blacker than you. Where are you even from? You're from here?
Right. I don't know what, like, being from somewhere makes you blacker. I don't know that, but it's definitely like impossible for that officer to be black. So it was just some dumb shit. I don't know,
Right.
but I just hated like the whole thing.
Right.
Right. And it was one of those things that kind of draw you in though, because it was like a clip I seen and I was like, I gotta know more. So, yeah. And it was so weird to the point where like, I even had thoughts like, maybe that's not all the way the truth.
From Tracy's point of view?
From Tracy's point of view, like, maybe that's not all the way the truth. But then they got fucking body cam and then they got the...
Right. The surveillance.
Right, surveillance camera. So, hey, you know, it's just a shame that like we're here in 2022 and things like this can still happen. And also it could be an attempt cover up of it.
Yeah, I think the cover-ups are probably going to be harder to do, especially because there's so many cameras around everywhere.
Definitely. And that's the thing that...
camera everywhere.
That's the thing that I don't think a lot of people, like especially law enforcement, realize, right?
Right.
Although I feel like it's very hard for people to like tap into that source. Like if something happened to me, I can't go to the state. Like I need that camera. You know what I mean?
Right,
I can't go and get that footage from a random street.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, but
I feel like if the people in power, right, if the people at the top were interested in the truth, they're going to pull up the camera footage.
Right,
because they have access.
But also maybe they don't, or they're not interested in the truth. They don't care.
Right. So at that point, it just is what it is. I mean, if the people at the top don't care.
Right. And I feel like they understand that, and that's how you try to like sweep certain things under the rug, because I mean, like, what is she going to do? If she don't have any evidence, then what?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, So shout out to her. Hope everything get better. Hope you get some bread, like some real bread from this. I would sue the entire police organization of like wherever you at.
Right.
And then I go after the state.
It's probably a state trooper or something.
Maybe, but
depending on where they're at.
So I hope you get that bread and you get some kind of justice related to what happened to you.
And kind of figuring out some resolution for this.
Yeah.
Because I feel like for this to happen, right? So you get in the fight with the girl.
Right.
That happens. Then the guy come beat you up. Then two other guys beat you up.
Like jump in.
Time. Right. Then the officers don't do anything. Then you get arrested.
Right.
And then there's a cover up. So, I don't know. I just feel hopefully there's a resolution in the end. Because this happened in August.
Right.
So, it's been a while already.
Right. And sometimes these things take a while.
Yeah. But hopefully it's the case where they just figure it out.
Yeah, definitely. So, shout out to Tracy. Hope she get her bread, Yeah, so it's been great speaking with you guys.
It has. So you can follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, ROAE_podcast for both of them. Let us know what you think. Thoughts on Kyrie? What's going on with that? Do you think
D-Wade
he should apologize? Should not apologize?
Should he apologize?
D-Wade, support or enabling?
Right.
Which one is it? Or forcing, because some people even think he's
like forcing a little,
kind of forcing it on.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Let us know.
Let us know. Season 2.
Season 2. Welcome.
Welcome to season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Mental health is real. Self-care is important. All right, man, we out.
Bye.